Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing? So today we're going to look at infield throwing mechanics. I've made a few videos about infield throwing mechanics, but we're going to look again today just because I've gotten a lot of requests lately, and the requests that I'm getting a lot of the times are saying, Matt, can you teach me how to throw like Robinson Cano, or teach me how to throw like Elvis Andrus, or teach me how to throw like Troy Tulowitzki or David Wright or whoever it is. I get those emails and requests all the time. And I wanted to shoot this video out because I think the important thing is you don't want to try to copy somebody's exact throwing mechanics. You don't want to watch Robinson Cano and try to mimic exactly how he throws and then try to throw like that. A lot of times I think that'll actually hurt your throwing mechanics instead of helping them. Because for one, you end up looking really robotic and really like a machine because you're trying to mimic somebody else's. It's not your natural movements, it's somebody else's. And two, most players, when you try to copy somebody else, most players don't copy them the right way. So they think that they look like Robinson Cano, but they don't look anything like Robinson Cano. So don't try to copy players exactly how they throw. It's not going to be helpful to you. And that goes with hitting and pitching and everything. You know, I show a lot of videos on here, and the reason why I'm showing major league players is because I think they do a lot of things really well, and I think we can learn from them. But we don't want to copy them. You don't want to look at Albert Pujols' swing and then try to copy or mimic his swing. A lot of players try to copy his stance, or they think they're swinging like Albert Pujols, but they're actually not doing anything like Albert Pujols. They might be in the same stance as him, but the stance doesn't matter. So don't try to copy players. You know, take some of the things that we've talked about in past videos and that we'll talk about today, and try to implement some of those things into your game. And I'm going to hit on the things that I think the majority of hitters, the majority of infielders do. But don't try to copy somebody's style. I don't think that's a good idea. So I'll start playing this and we'll kind of talk about it. And again, we'll go over, like I said, I've talked about so many things in past videos, but we'll talk about some of the main things to keep in mind with infield throwing mechanics. So the first thing that we can talk about is, let me rewind the video a little bit here and we'll go back to Elvis Andrus. So the first thing, again, is to put yourself in a good position to throw the ball. So what you're going to see most guys do when they field the ball is the ball is going to be around the middle of their body right here. That's where most players bring the ball. And footwork wise, you're going to see right to left, left to target. So you're going to see right to left, left to your target. So that's the type of footwork you're going to see. So field the ball, bring it to the middle of your body. Use right to left, left to your target, and that puts your body in good position to throw. The next thing I talk about a lot is breaking thumbs down. So from this middle of your body that you're usually going to be, you're going to see players break thumbs down. What that means is, and we'll be able to see it in Troy Tulowitzki. Let's fast forward real quick just so you can see it a little bit clearer. So when Tulowitzki breaks, see how he breaks with his thumb down below the ball? And it's the same thing with your glove hand. That just puts your front shoulder on the target, and it puts it allows your arm action to work the right way. So that's the next thing, is you want to break thumbs down. All right, let's go back again so we can go back to Andrus. So you break thumbs down. The next thing is, as an infielder, you want a short arm action. So we've talked about it before. Outfielders and pitchers are going to use really long arm actions because they're trying to throw the ball either really far or really hard. Infielders need to put a little bit on the throw. They obviously need some velocity, but they aren't going to throw the ball a really long distance, and they don't have a lot of time. So they're going to be a little bit shorter. So you're going to kind of have a medium-sized arm circle. And then as a catcher, you're going to have a really short arm circle because you're throwing the ball not really that far, but it's got to be really, really quick. So as an infielder, again, right to left, left to target, break thumbs down, and you're going to have a short arm circle and throw. So those are the main things to keep in mind. If you keep your body under control, if you use right to left, left to target, and you're in this position, you break thumbs down, you're going to get into this position right here where you're going to be square to the target, your front shoulder is going to be on the target, your feet are going to be in line with the target, your front hip is on the target. So basically your whole front side is pointing exactly where you're throwing. You're going to have good momentum if you're using right to left, left to target, and you're going to be right here in perfect position. You get that short arm circle. And now when you go to throw, just make sure, you know, a lot of young players will really pull really hard with their front side, and they rip their front side off. You know, most major league guys, when you see them throw, this glove is usually going to end up somewhere around the chest, or in the case of Elvis Andrus here, you're going to see that he kind of leaves it just a little bit out in front of him. He's not tugging really hard or ripping his front side off, which usually causes your arm to not do what it wants to do during its arm path, and you're going to throw the ball away. So just think about putting the front side on the target and just being nice and soft with the front side and throw. So there's Andrus. Now we'll watch Tulowitzki do it. And here's a closer up view. So you're going to see the same exact techniques. You're going to see catches the ball, ball's in the middle of his body. He's going to work his footwork right to left, left to target. As he does that, he's going to break thumbs down. Boom, right here. He has a short arm circle, so the ball is coming out of his glove and it's not dropping way down here like a pitcher and outfielder, but it's a small circle so that when he lands, bang. When he lands, he's square to the target. Now his glove, again, it's a pretty easy throw. He's throwing it less than 90 feet. It's a really routine double play ball. And when he normally throws, he might have the glove in here. But the big thing is he doesn't pull really hard with his front side. He kind of just leaves the glove right there. What I would recommend for most players to do is to be a little bit more like Andrus, where this arm is going to be somewhere over here, so your glove and your front side's a little bit more on the target, and then just bring your glove somewhere to where this 2 is, nice and soft right here. That's what you're usually going to see. Another thing to talk about is, I get this question all the time, is arm angles. Should I throw over the top? I notice a lot of big league infielders don't throw over the top and they throw kind of sidearm. I think the biggest thing is to keep your fingers behind the ball. The more you drop down, the more the ball is going to tail. And here's Tulowitzki. So obviously he's got turning a double play here. He's got a low release, but his ball is pretty true. It's really straight and it doesn't tail a lot. So although he's low, he's not really sidearm or submarine style, which I see a lot of young kids do. They think, well, major league guys throw the ball sidearm, so they try to throw sidearm, and instead of releasing the ball somewhere right here, they end up throwing the ball way down here, and the ball has this big tail to it. So again, trying to mimic somebody, and they think they're doing it, but they're not doing it. So you can drop down 3/4, and I found over my career that when I've dropped down a little bit, it's easier to control where the ball's going when I have a little bit lower of an arm slot. So you don't have to throw straight over the top, and you'll see a lot of middle infield guys throw like that. But don't get crazy and don't think that you're throwing a low 3/4 and you're actually throwing submarine style over to first base, and the ball's got this big tail on it, and it's tough to control. So those are the main things to keep in mind as an infielder. I just wanted to shoot out those things really quick. I know I didn't go into a ton of detail. We have other videos that go into much more detail, but I've gotten so many questions lately that I wanted to make sure I sent something out to let people know that you don't have to copy infielders. Take the main things that most of them do, work those in to your mechanics, but don't try to be Troy Tulowitzki or Robinson Cano. You can let them be them, and you just be yourself, and just add some of this stuff in, and you'll be more successful doing that. All right, guys, so share the video, like it, subscribe to the channel, comment in the section below, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you later.